could the Minnesota Vikings be making some changes during the bye week? Now, I understand they started off 5-0. So most people would say they don't need to change anything, but we have a Super Bowl expectation here in Minnesota. So you got to try to get better on the margins, because once January and February roll around, we could be looking back as a couple of, missteps for this Vikings team despite the 5-0 start. But welcome in, guys. My name is Patrick Siepman. And before we dive into it, if you guys could help us reach 36,000 subscribers here on the channel, we just need 375 more of you guys to hit that sub button. So if you guys are new here and have not subscribed to our show, I would really appreciate it. And plus, I would love to hit 36K before the Lions game next week. So hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already. All right, number one. What's my number one bye week change that the Vikings need to make? You got to bench Ed Ingram. I wanted to make this show a couple weeks ago after his poor performance versus the New York Giants, but I gave him a chance. He bounced back. He played decent in a couple of games, but this past week he was awful versus the New York Jets. And we can just throw up his PFF grades right now. Like, they're terrible. The pass block grade's awful, 29.4. Overall, 52.7. Run blocking, I will give him credit. He is a better run blocker than people give him credit for. But pass blocking, he gets ragdolled consistently. And, I think with where the Vikings are going, you may be saying, why would they bench Ed Ingram? Who's going to step in behind him and play? Why not Dalton Risner? Like, you signed him for a reason. He is still 29 years old. He's a veteran. He's a smart offensive lineman, and he is eligible to return off PUP. And I wouldn't hate, with a good Lions front seven coming to town, you roll out Risner. But I will say this. Actually, I'll get to this in a second. But I do want to show you guys Risner's PFF grades. 57.1 overall last year. Pass block, fantastic. 67.4. I'll take that from an interior offensive lineman. Run block, 50 overall grade. So even though Ingram is slightly better in the run blocking department, it's not that dramatic fall off where there is a dramatic fall off with Ingram in terms of the pass blocking compared to Risner. But this is where I stand right now on Ingram. He gets one more chance versus the Detroit Lions. They got a good front seven. Aiden Hutchinson's going to be really pinning his ears back, and they might line Hutchinson up over Ingram, just knowing that's the weak point on this offensive line. So I'm giving Ingram one more chance. If he plays terrible again, you have to go with the Dalton Risner. But let's get to number two. This is not really a change. This is just something that needs to happen. The Vikings need to get healthy. And, obviously they're not as beat up as other teams, but you got some big-time injuries to some big-time players. So Sam Darnold, he has taken some brutal hits over the last couple of weeks. And, I think people, they talk about Darnold and him struggling without Aaron Jones in the lineup, and we'll talk about that. But I think that hit that he took to the ribs in the first half was the biggest reason why he struggled. And you also got TJ Hawkinson battling back from that torn ACL. He should be back week 7, feeling 100%. Then obviously Aaron Jones dealing with that hip injury, giving him that bye week. And really, I'm normally not the biggest fan of the early bye, but for the Vikings situation, I actually kind of like it. And, getting Hawk back this week versus the Lions is going to be awesome. He struggled at the beginning of the year last year. He had some drop issues, but, was really able to turn it around, got over 95 receptions, 960 yards, found the end zone 5 times, and he should have been a 100,000 guy if he stayed healthy before Kirby Joseph, that dirty MFer, took out his knee. But, you're also hoping to get Aaron Jones back eventually, and Aaron Jones has been awesome this year. His advanced stats really show that. Missed tackles 4, 16, 10-plus yard runs 9. Rushing yards over expected, plus 41, and rushing yards over expected per attempt is at plus half a yard. And plus, he has been getting 8-man boxes, which ranks 8th in the NFL, 26.7% of the time. Aaron Jones, he has been awesome. Getting him back will be very, very key for this offense. And just overall getting Sam Darnold healthy, getting TJ Hawkinson back in the lineup. Like, the fact the Vikings are able to go 5-0 with their toughest part of the schedule while battling injuries. I mean, even a guy like Jordan Addison, giving him another week to heal up that ankle. Like, getting healthy is the number one change I would make this bye week, because this team, once they got all 53 people there, I mean, they are very, very dangerous. But if you guys want the Vikes to get healthy, don't jinx us. Hit that thumbs up icon. I'd really appreciate it. Let's see if we can get 400, 500 likes on today's show. If you guys could do that, that would be awesome. But number 3 for me, get Jordan Addison more touches. So, that has been my biggest gripe with the offense. Not the, lackadaisical turnovers. Like, that's going to happen. But getting Addison the ball more has to be a point of emphasis during the bye week. And the fact that he has played in 3 games and has under 150 yards, I just don't think the Vikings are utilizing his talents as much as they should be. And he is a deep play or a big play threat, like going over 15.6 yards or 0.9 yards per catch. Found the end zone 2 times, 1 throughout the air, 1 on the ground. But, the thing is with Addison, he's just too talented not to get more touches. Like, I understand I love Naylor. I love even when Hawkinson's coming back. But there's no doubt in my mind that Jordan Addison should be the 2nd yard leader and the 2nd reception leader for this Vikings football team. The guy's too talented. Like, Jordan Addison, I was talking about him potentially being a 100-catch, 1,000-yard guy heading into the year since he did that his rookie season. Get him more looks. Get him more involved in this offense. Maybe you use him like Jefferson. Put him in the backfield. That would throw defenses for a loop. Just find creative ways, and I'm sure KOC will do that. So, if I'm in that Vikings meeting room and I'm in that coaching, those meetings that they do every week, I am saying you are getting number 3 the football more than you have. And, I see it in our live chat right now. He was a first-round pick for a reason. Get him the football. Now, we'll talk about 2 more changes I want this team to make here in just a second. But first off, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best way to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. If you guys plug in promo code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly when you play just $5. Best part is you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Now, Thursday Night Football, this was a lineup I cooked up. I took the less on IU receiving yards, more on Debo's receiving yards, and I got DK finding the end zone. If you guys want to fade those picks, ride with those picks, just do it at PrizePicks. It is the #1 daily fantasy sports app out there. And if you guys use promo code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. They also offer weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, where each Tuesday PrizePicks discounts a selected player projection up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineup. So download the app today, plug in that promo code, and get hooked up with $50 instantly. Number 4 for me, this is add another running back. And, this is only if we get a report Aaron Jones is going to have to miss multiple months. That's the only way I'm making a move. That's the only way I'm hitting the trade market because these stats are staggering. So this is Sam Darnold this season with Aaron Jones on the field compared to off the field. So on the right side of your screen, it's Aaron Jones when he is off the field, and those are Sam Darnold stats, and the left side of the screen when he's on the field. So completion percentage, that dips down by about 17%. The yards per pass, that dips down a lot. The touchdown to interception ratio, that dips down. And then the passer rating dips down by almost 50 points. So clearly, Aaron Jones' impact is not only in the running game, but he offers Sam Darnold almost an insurance, option on these plays. Either hit him on the check down or just have a guy where, maybe the run blocking is not setting up so well and it's supposed to be a 3-yard loss. Aaron Jones has done a great job of making the most out of every single play. Now, you could ride with Ty Chandler, which is what I would do. Even if Jones would have to miss the Lions and Rams game and he's not back before week 9, I'm still more than comfortable riding with Ty Chandler, Gaskin, just having those guys get the carries. But let's just say, there's nobody on the trade block that you really want to go all in for. What about a free agent option? How about Latavius Murray? Now, this is a guy who I would bring in even if Aaron Jones says, hey, I'm playing week 7 versus the Lions. I would bring him in because the Vikings still don't have that physical goal line back. And even though Latavius is 34 years old, I still think he can get it done on those 5-and-in situations at a very, very high level. Even last year, he still found the end zone 4 times. That's his bread and butter. That's his calling card. And plus, I would love to get the choo-choo Latavius train celebration back in U.S. Bank Stadium. But last one for me, stay locked in. Bye week is here. You're 5-0. All the fans are talking Super Bowl. I'm talking Super Bowl. Stay locked in because the game you have after the bye week is oh so very important. This is game of the year versus Detroit. Not only does this have NFC North implications, but this will have #1 seed in the NFC impact. Now, I think the Week 18 game, if I had to go early prediction, Vikings at Detroit, I think that game is going to be either for the number 1 seed or the first wild card spot. I think, the NFC North will run away with this conference. I think whoever wins this division will get the first seed in this, conference. And I think, this is a great start because if you lose to Detroit today, you're putting so much more pressure on yourself week 18 in Detroit. But if you beat Detroit, you can kind of give yourself some grace period. And, honestly, if the Vikings beat the Lions this weekend, they should get the first seed. We should have a bye, and we should just only have to win 2 home playoff games to go to the damn Super Bowl. So, stay locked in. You're going to be getting a lot of praise over the next 10 days, but that does not matter because we can look back at 2016. Vikings were 5-0. Heading into that bye week, what happened? They finished the season 8-8. They lost the next 3 of 11 games, or next 8 of 11 games. So stay locked in. Don't miss a thing. Don't miss a beat. And if you guys want the Vikes to beat the Lions next weekend, give me a SKOL down below in the comments section. Already getting started here early, but if you guys want the Vikings to move to 6-0 on the season, type SKOL down below. I am on Twitter tweeting about the Vikes all season long, trying to hit 1,000 followers. So if you guys want to give me a follow over there, that's the handle. See you guys next time. As always, SKOL Vikes.